This is Senthil here with another episode, another video on Unity Package Manager. This time we want to talk about how do we publish the custom packages from Unity to GitHub, and how do we utilize this into the project. So welcome to my channel Unity KBH. Hope if you like these videos, please subscribe. So this topic we want to talk about is how, in the last video I talked about how do we create a custom packages. So I will touch up a little on that. Also, if you didn't see that, here is the link for that. I will also publish that in the description below. So we will talk about how do we publish the package into GitHub URL, and the next thing is we want to talk about how do we import custom package from Git URL. There are a couple of things I learned, and then how do we use the scripting API to interact with the package manager in your Unity project. So okay, so let's look at the high level. We talked in the last video, but let's go over that. So here I created a package called Unity Package Example. Under Packages folder, I created one more folder called Unity Package Example, right? So under that, I created a package.json. So if you go to show in Explorer, right, you have the package.json. So let's look at what it is. So basically the com dot namespace dot Unity package example. So that is the name, and then this is what Unity package example is, the display name. So that is the name. It shows up in the in this folder, right? And then version is so major, minor, and release numbers, right? And what is this package compatible with? So minimum compatible with the 2019.4, and then description of the package. So very simple, very straightforward. Once you create the package.json, then I created another folder, and this time it is a scripts folder. In the script folder, I have a very simple script. Basically, it does display the hello world. So I have a namespace and namespace dot Unity package example. This is very important, right? Once you define the namespace, and then I have a method which displays that a string. Once you do that class created, and then go back to Unity, right click here and go to create, and create assembly definition. So basically this is Unity equivalent of C# solution, right? So once you create that and name it this way, namespace dot package example, once you have done that, go back to the folder. That's all you need to do. So you need to create a package.json file, and whatever the script you want to create, whatever the method, and the assembly definition. Those are all the three things you need to do. Once you do that, once you do that, your package is ready to publish. So you can also edit the package JSON file within Unity. You can modify this. You cannot modify any of these for the built-in packages, but you can modify for the custom packages. Now we have the package ready. Now we want to publish that to GitHub instead of in the local copy, right? If you publish it to GitHub, you can share it with the other projects. So how do we do that? So let's go to GitHub. You can use Git or GitHub, anything. I'm learning the GitHub, so I'm familiar a little bit with the GitHub, so I'm just using the GitHub. So in this one, so I already have a package. I will explain that, but before that, how do you do that? So go and create a new package, for example. So you create a package example repository name. So demo1, I'm creating that and creating it public, and creating a git ignore. So this is important. When you create a git ignore, you create for Unity, right? So create a git ignore for Unity, create that repository. So description, so Unity custom package publishing, right? So now I creating the package, the repository. Once you create the repository, all you need to do is go to the folders in the file explorer, right? So go to the package, don't go to the folder. So you need to go to the custom package folder and expand that, copy these files including the meta files, right? You need to copy that and bring it to GitHub, right? So now add file, so upload files within the repository and then copy all this stuff and drag it here. So here you need to make sure that package.json is in the root folder, so otherwise I get the error. So once you do that, commit changes. Okay, so now my package is published into the GitHub. Now what we want to do is we want to open up the package within the Unity. So let me open up some other project where I don't have that package installed. Okay, so in this case, if I go to the custom folder, packages folder, I have some 2D ones, but I don't have any of the custom packages installed here. So to import from GitHub, you need to make sure one thing. You have to make sure Git is installed in your machine, either Git Git or Git for Windows, right? You can download this Git one, or you can download GitHub download. You can download the GitHub for desktop. You can download either one of them, but either one of them should be installed in your machine. I already installed the Git, so I installed the Git in my machine, so make sure that that is installed. Okay, now so go to window. Now what we want to do is we wanted to import the custom package into our project, right? It is already published in the GitHub. We want to utilize that. So go to package manager, go to add to the URL, right? Let it open. Add package from Git URL, right? Now what we need to do is we need to go to the URL, copy this, right, and then paste it here, add, right? So it is importing that package. You can see that Unity package example is already brought up here. Okay, so that's all. You can see that version 1.0 and no dependencies. I didn't provide any dependencies. I didn't provide any documentation or changes or licenses, but by default it is all there. So now if I go to scripts, say let's create a new script, new behavior script is fine. Go to add the namespace using namespace dot Unity package example, right? And then here you can display, right, message is the class dot hello world, right? Save this. So this is coming from right out of package, custom package we imported from GitHub, right? So now if I run that, oh, we need to assign this script to the empty object or something like that. So let's create an empty object and assign it to here. Now if we run that, So now you can see the hello world displayed. So that's about it. This is how you import the custom package from the GitHub and use it in your project. Okay, so next thing what I want to talk about is how do we, let me close it, let me open another project. How do we use this package scripting API to interact with the packages? Before I go into that, I wanted to show you what is scripting API means. Basically, you are using a scripting API to list a package or install a package or uninstall a package. You can do a lot of things with that, but I'm just learning. I wanted to show you how do we use this API. Basically, I wanted to talk about little important topics, right? You can install a package or version depending on the platform on the target machine. So when the user is installing something, when the user is playing something, they can install particular package into their machine specific to their game they want to install from the editor, right? So also you can use the package manager.client class. You can find packages, you can browse the packages and uninstall and things like that. So this is the important part of it. Adding a package to the project. So what I did here is this example demonstrate how to use the client class. We talked about the client class to install a package or add a package to the project. So in this example, what I did here is I copied and pasted this entire script into my scripts folder called add package example, right? Add package example. So now if once you double click that, basically the same thing, I copied from the Unity documentation, I pasted here. So if you look at that, what it does is the client.add method, the API, it installs the text mesh pro. So if I go back to my package manager, I search for text mesh pro, right? So once it opens up, right, text mesh pro is so let's remove that, right? So let's remove that. It's already installed it, so let's remove that. So now it is removed. You can see the tick mark is gone. Now what we want to do is we want to run the script add package example. So in this one, so the menu item, it adds this window, tools window, right? Window menu. So it adds that add package example. So it's a nice way to add menus to your editor. So for that you have to use that Unity editor statement, right? So once you do that, this this function, when you click this add package example, it calls this function automatically. So when I run that, when I click the add package example, so it is installing the text mesh pro now. Okay, so now you can see text mesh pro is imported into your project. You can use this client.add method to call particular custom package and install in your project, right? So if I go back to Windows Package Manager, now it will say that it is installed. It installed the latest version 2.1.3 into your project. So another example I want to talk about is basically the browsing the list of packages in your project. You can use this client.list method to list all the projects in your project. So if I go back to Unity and if I go to list project package example, if I click that, it displays all the packages. So you can see that all these packages are installed in your project. List all those things. So you can play around with this. This is a nice way to interact with packages using this one. So let's look at it, what this does, right? So client.list, and this one shows you that the progress, what the progress is, and then these are all status check. If it is success, and show that; if it is failure, show this error message. That's all it does that. So this way you can interact with the packages. That's all, folks. If you like this video, please subscribe and encourage us, so that I will post, I will try to play around with it and learn and post my experience to the YouTube. Thank you very much.